All right, guys, so good afternoon and welcome back. So in this video I want to show us how to make a female baggy trouser or pants, depend on the one you want to call it. Remember, you can't call pant trouser, you must call only trouser or pant, right? Pant means trouser as well. So the first thing you will do is to always mark out your sidelines, and also mark out the base as well. So because of the nature of the length of this trouser, we are using the width parts of our fabric in cutting the length. So here you mark out all through this way. Now you have to also add 2 inches here for the folding or hemming, right? 2 inches here for the folding or hemming. So mark 2 inches here for the folding or the hemming. After which you put the length of your client. Now bear in mind, on the length of the trouser, you don't use a regular length of the trouser. You measure from the high waist point to the floor, because the beauty of the outfit is when it flows freely on the floor. So the length we have here is 46 for my client. So you measure 46. But in this case, we are going to subtract the band width from the length of the trouser, because we are not going to slant or raise the trouser panel. So any width you want to use as the band, you are going to subtract it from the length of the trouser. So we are going to use a bandwidth of 1 inch, or let's use 1.5. 1.5 is the bandwidth I want to use. So you have to minus it from this 46, and you will have 44 and half left. Now you're also going to add ½ inch again to join the band. That's 45 inches. So invariably I remove 1 inch from the total length of my customer's trouser, right? Then mark 45, mark it twice, 45 inches all through this way. And after this, you connect the line as shown. Now, for my client, the actual hip is not what you are going to use in the drafting, but you will use the actual hip to get the crotch. Now, because of the nature of the trouser, we have an excess measurement on the hip region. So the actual hip is 48, 49 for my actual hip of my client. So we're going to base our calculation of the crotch from the actual hip, but then in marking the hip measurement, we are going to add extra 4 to 6 inches. Depends on how free we want it to be on the hip region. So here, a standard formula for female crotch is hips over 4 minus 1, or you can still measure, which is more ideal. So in this case, dividing the 48 by 4, I have it to be 12, and then minus 1, it will be 11. But then, before you proceed, you need to also ask yourself, are you making a high waist palazzo trouser, right? Because this is a kind of a high waist measurement from the waist point of my client. So if you're making a high waist measurement, you're not going to minus 1 again from the hips over 4. You're going to add extra 3 inches or 3.5 or 4 inches, depending on how high the trouser is on the navel. So here, we're going to use extra 3 inches for my client. So we are doing hips over 4 plus extra 3. So with the hip we have is 48. Divided by 4, we have it to be 12 plus extra 3, it will be 15. That's 15 inches is a crotch. Bear in mind, we are making a high waist trouser, right? Now, that 15 inches that we got as a crotch, we are not going to mark it from this point. You are going to push out the band measurements, which we have to be 1.5. Whatever be the band measurement you want to use, you push it out 1.5, and then you mark 15 inches here. That is how to get a perfect crotch for such trousers. So once you have gotten to this point, then you mark the line to go all out this way. And then on this line, it's now where you apply your hip measurement on. Bear in mind, the hip you're applying now will be the exaggerated hip, the one that you added extra 6 inches or 5 inches to. So the hip we had was 48, that's 12. So I will use add extra 4 inches to this, or 3. Let's add 3. I'm marking as 15. Extra 5. Or okay, let's add 5 inches to that. So here we want to add 5 inches to that, right? So you divide the 5 inches you're adding is on the actual hip circumference. Let me clear this very well. I mean, 48 inches is a hip plus 5, that's 53. You get? Now divide the 53 by 4 before you now mark your value. But if you want to know what you add after division, if you divide your hip by the actual hip by 4, that's 48 by 4, that's 12. You can add 3 from this as well, that's 15, which is almost the same value, right? So here we are going to mark we are going to use 14 inches to mark our hip. Here you mark 14 inches here and add extra 2 inches. Add extra 2. So that is the total measurement we have. So now, because of the nature of the trouser, it flows all the way from the crotch all the way to the ankle. That is the nature of the trouser. Now, we will not be needing, okay, let me proceed rather without the confusion, right? So now, because we are making a rope trouser effect, so here you take the value of the hip measurement and transfer it to the waist point. So here, 14 is what I have, transfer to here, 14. And be in mind as well that this will have elastic and rope at the waist region. So here you mark all through this way and then come up here by 2 inches as well. And then with your hip curve or your armhole curve, you place in this form and then you connect from here to this very point. Then after that, you're going to take whatever value you have here, from here to here, give me 16 now, then transfer it to the ankle, 16 inches right there, to the ankle, 16 inches right there, and then you connect it straight up from here to the ankle. Now, bear in mind, you can decide to reduce yours if you don't want it to be that big. You can decide to reduce. So if you want to reduce yours, what you need to do is to get your knee point and then take it into the knee point and then take whatever knee value you have to the ankle. But my client wants hers to be as big from the lap all through down to this very point. So here you now place the pocket point. From here you mark 7.5 or 8 inches, and then here you mark 2.5, and you have cut out or marked out the front panel. Now on the back panel, as I wanted to explain earlier, you don't need to add extra 2 inches again at the inner leg. You're only going to add 2 on the crotch and flush it to somewhere here. It will be equal cutting on the hem area. So I'll cut out this and show you guys how to cut the back panel as well.
I grab my sketch and make the line. Patterns flow like vintage wine. Dress in colors bold, refined. With fashion art, I'm intertwined. From the canvas to the screen, styling dreams like you've never seen. Textures blend in harmony, creating fashion symphony. Hey there folks, don't be shy. Hit that like, subscribe, apply.
So here we have cut out the front panel. So let's now cut the back. So on the back cutting, you just fling it over this other way around, like the usual way we do our Ankara trouser or any trouser you are marking. So remember, it will be an equal height because we do not slant the front, and it's a high waist. All high waist trousers, you don't need to slant or raise the back. So here, place in this form, and then extend the line on the crotch all through this way. And whatever you add here will be just 2 inches. Just 2 inches for the back crotch. You know, then take your hip curve and then flush it somewhere toward the lap. So this is what all you need to do. To be equal cutting on both sides. You don't need to put extra 2 inches again. If you put the extra 2 inches, you will notice that the trouser panel at the back will be coming to the front. It will not be centralized when you iron it. So here at the back panel, you can add 1 inch here. Here as well, you can add 2 inches to this way, and then connect from here to this very point, and then use your armhole cover as well. From here, you also connect. So this is how you do it. So let me cut it while the video is recording, so you also see. So if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to like, share, comment, ask your questions in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel at once so that you'll be notified when I make or post new videos just like this. So I'm cutting equally here at the side line, and here as well, the base, it will be cut equally as well. Be cut equally as well, and then all through to this point as well, you cut equally. So making sure that everything is perfectly and nicely cut. You go all through this way. You go all through this way, and then continue cutting straight. So here we are done with the front and back panel. So the important thing here you need to note is this area, because if you extend the 2 inches you have here towards the hemline or the inner seam, you have made a very terrible mistake. Remember that this fabric has excess allowance, so you need to remove like half inch on both sides so that it will stand erect. When you iron the front, when the person wears the trouser and you iron it, the center line will stand at the middle without the back coming to the front, right? The front panel already has enough allowance to sew the trouser, both the fitting, everything you need. So that's the sense of the video. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you on the sewing section. Bye bye for now.